Hi, my name is Rick Hawley. I'm an amateur gun enthusiast. By far not a professional, but today I just wanted to bring a little video out to show off one of the pieces that I really enjoy. It's a Taurus PT92. Technically it's a PT99 that I've converted over to a PT92 simply by buying a slide off of eBay and refinishing that slide so that I can put on a gun. Today I'm going to show you a little bit about the gun, talk about what I've done to it, and then there'll also be some range time with this gun so that you can see how it's operated. So to start off, you can see that the gun is clear. There is no magazine and there's no bullet in the chamber. Everything is cleared and safe. So a little bit about the PT92, PT99. So the PT92 is a hammer-fired gun. It's made in Brazil at the old Beretta plant. So these were directly made in the Beretta plant using Beretta machines, and from what I understand, even the Beretta people. So these, technically, I guess you'd call them a clone, but Taurus has been making this gun for many years, and it does seem to be a very high quality pistol. I actually own two of these. This is an older model, which I prefer over the newer model that I have. I have purchased a optic dovetail mount that is supposed to be for a Beretta 92 or 96 A1. And I was able to install that on here using a piece of a 20 thousandths feeler gauge as a shim in order to get that to tighten up, because it is a little bit larger dovetail apparently than what the Beretta has. But I got that dovetail mount on here and mounted this Vortex Venom, and I'll tell you, I'm really loving this so far. I liked the gun before, but I get a little age in my eyes and I was having a hard time seeing that front sight. Now you can see that I've also done a little work on that front post. I drilled that out with a 1/16 drill bit and then took a V file and I filed that down so that it would be completely open, and I inserted a fiber optic rod in there. I prefer green, so that's what I installed in this one. Other people may install other things. The finish on the slide, I don't know how well you can see this in this video, but it is a Parkerizing gray finish from a can of Alumahide that I ordered actually picked up from Brownells. When I got the slide in, there was a little bit of rust and a little pitting, so I ended up taking all the original bluing off, sanded out the pits as best as I could. I refinished it using that Alumahide and a toaster oven to bake that finish on. I kind of liked the look of the stainless steel slide once everything was removed from it, but then it was just a little too much shine. So I decided I would refinish that, and I chose the Parkerizing gray color, which gives this a three-tone look. As you can see, I have polished all of the controls on the gun, including the grip screws, to get that more of that stainless look in the accessories. And then the original frame is black, which I've chosen to leave that in its original state. But I have polished down the hammer, the trigger bar, the safety decocker lever. I've done all that. So you can see that this is a decocker and a safety, and it's totally ambidextrous. You can run that from either side. You can drop that hammer and then you can leave it down, which then the trigger is dead, or you can move that up into the firing position, and then you'd be able to take that first shot as a double action, and then the subsequent shots would be single action. So double action pull, I've measured that on here, is about 8.5 pounds. I was able to reduce that a little bit by putting a 13-pound hammer spring in here. I believe it's a 13-pound recoil spring that I'm running, which has helped to get the shells to eject pretty consistent. When I first got this gun, I had a few stovepipes, and then once I got the stovepipes figured out, then I was starting to get hit in the forehead with a lot of the ejected shells. So now with that lower poundage recoil spring, that makes that a whole lot nicer. And just to show you, you can kind of see, let me get this in my facing the camera this way so you can see what the reset is on that. Trigger reset brings it out just not very far at all, and then the single action pull is right at about the 4-pound mark, which is, I mean, it's a phenomenal trigger on this gun. And like I say, other than having a few stovepipes early on with the gun, which has all been rectified, now this gun is running flawlessly for me. So now that you've seen a little bit about the gun, we'll take it out to the firing range and be able to see the footage of this gun shooting at 10 to 12 yards today. Hello, Rick Hawley here, just doing a little bit of an update. I put together a video the other day on my Taurus PT99 that I had converted over to a PT92 by replacing the slide and then also putting on a Vortex Viper. I was going to show a little bit of video here about, this is the sight that I took off of the PT99. This is the sight that I was just never very happy with. Did not care for that blade setup too much. Just never really fully got used to that squared off look of that, the way that blade sticks out of there. So after converting that over from to a 92 by putting that other slide, I actually did a little work with a file on the 99 slide, and I actually ended up getting that big enough that I could put a Novak style 1911 rear sight on there. This actually came off of a Ruger 9E that I'm going to have milled for a Trigicon SRO that I was able to pick up. So that's what that slide, the 99 slide, is now, has now become that. Now I just need to look for some way to fill in that slot in front of the slide, just to be able to keep that from getting full of dirt and grime and everything. And then I'm also looking to drill out that front and put in a fiber optic up front on this slide.